Welcome, everybody, to episode 9 of the sports show. Today, I got Big D's with me. Big D's,
Yes,
say
sir.
what's up.
Always glad to be back. Was waiting for the call.
I know. I mean, like, this is the time to call you because now it's Sox season. And we're literally just going to talk about the Sox until we're done talking about the Sox, and then we're going to get out of here. So keep it nice and easy for everybody involved if you don't want to hear about the Sox. On what date is it? It's like the 11th?
The 11th, yeah.
Yeah, as of June 11th, so this is right before the third game of the Rays.
Yep.
We got, who's on the bump tonight? We got Walker Buehler on the bump tonight. Crochet on Friday, right?
Yeah, they got an off day tomorrow.
Off day tomorrow. So it's kind of a good time, I feel like, like what really can happen tonight.
Yeah. They better win.
Like a Roman Anthony homer we're waiting for. Yeah. So what's our record right now? We're a little under 500.
Yeah, we're 33 and 36.
So this is a disappointment.
100.
So what would have been a success? What were we looking for this season? Because, like, honestly, I didn't start paying attention until, like, I came to opening day, and I was like, all right, time to just watch baseball. And I just became a fan. So, like, what were we really anticipating coming in? Because I didn't really know it was good.
Yeah, I mean, we're about 70 games in right now. I think anywhere, like, 5 games over 500 would have been a perfect spot for us right now. Would have had us in the wild card because they got 3 teams to make it now. So, like, I don't know. We made transactions. We got Crochet. He's nasty. Buehler, I was iffy on. Like, he's been good, but he's never been, like, amazing. So yeah. I knew we weren't going to get a ton out of him. I thought he'd be better than what he is right now. But in my opinion, I think 5 games over at least was minimum of where we should be at right now.
And obviously, I mean, Bregman being hurt does hurt.
True.
But at the same time, it's like we're still like 7-10 or 7-11 maybe since he's been out, which is like it's not obviously also not good, but like we were 500 beforehand. And like maybe he swings us in a couple of those one-run games, which is so like you don't want to put any of that past it, but I mean, this is basically what the team is. I feel like it's a pretty accurate indication of what we are.
Yeah.
But it's like, we could go on an entire fucking 3 days talking about why. But like, honestly, like, what are you seeing as why? Because let me frame that a little bit. Because coming in, from what I understand, coming off of last year, which I barely even watched, went to more games than I watched.
Yeah.
It's like we really just got better. We add Crochet, we have a couple young guys that we're bringing up finally, and you get Bregman. You finally spend a little bit of that Gajaj, So it's like you only really got better, and the team isn't better.
Yeah.
And also the guys that you've brought in have performed, by the way.
Definitely.
Bregman's been great. Crochet's been great. And no realistic person seems to have expected too much out of Walker Buehler anyway.
Yeah.
Giolito's coming off an injury.
Chapman's
been great.
Unbelievable.
Dude, he's been nailed. So it's like with all of these guys coming in and performing, it's like why hasn't it worked? And what are we missing now?
Yeah, I don't know. The injuries hurt, obviously. Bregman being hurt's big. He was obviously on fire. But I don't know. I feel like we could have done more. We focused on pitching a lot. I think our bullpen was a big issue last year. And we didn't get anyone to fix it. Like,
right.
We got Chapman, but he only comes in the 9th, so it's like he's good for 1 inning, which is great. But we've always had great closers. Like, last year we had Jansen. He was good. But I think we could have focused on the bullpen more. That's kind of our weakness right now, and obviously how Cora pitches, or coaches, he lets our bullpen throw a lot. So more often than not at this point, I feel like it's more fatigue than anything because a lot of our relievers have so many innings already pitched.
Yeah, like Bernie's played a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like some of our relievers too, even funny enough.
They're good, yeah.
Is this just what it's like to have a baseball team? Is this like I love our guys and I think we're better than we are? Is that part of what the problem is for me? Like, I'm not seeing it. Is it because I'm biased?
I don't know. I feel the same way, and probably Cora, I guess, feels the same way too. But I think they can make a move or two. And like you said, we've called up the rookies. Obviously, we got Mayer, Anthony, and Campbell now. I don't know if it helps us at this point though. Like, they're so young. They're not like, I know Anthony is a wash. Like, he just got called up, but like Campbell and Mayer, they're obviously nasty. But like, I think I'd rather have someone that I know's like played a while in that spot right now and have them play like every so often, because like we've seen flashes of Campbell. Mayer is still kind of early, but like they're both batting sub like 240.
Yeah.
So it's like, do they really help that much? Even though, they're going to have to get called up, they're going to have to play. That's just the reality of it. But how much does it help us right now?
Yeah.
And I love them all, don't get me wrong, but it's a tough decision. I know people have been blaming Cora a lot. I have been too, but I feel like it's a tough spot to be like coach of this team right now.
Yeah, because Cora's like the spot of contention for most people right now. It seems like everyone's thinking like this guy's throwing, and there are occasions where I'm like, this guy is a bum.
Yeah.
But usually I liked Cora, like, and I think he means well. Like, he's doing things that make sense sometimes, but it's like those decisions that I feel like you make in the moment because it's good for that moment that affect the game later on. Like, you take out the game we went to the other night, Pride Night, and Roman Anthony's debut. It was you take out Bayo with, what do you have, 82 pitches?
Yeah, 83, I think.
Like, you take him out with 83 pitches because you're facing the lefty. He looked like he might have been losing a little bit. And granted, he does lose it.
Yeah, he walked one batter and Cora yanked him.
Yeah, it's like, right. That's because then, that next batter, it might be better odds for that next one batter. But now you're going to need 3 or plus relievers. And you know what? At the very end of that game, we had to put in Kelly.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have had to put in Kelly if you get one more inning out of Bayo. And I think you don't have a blow-up inning by Guerrero if he doesn't have to pitch that one extra inning. Like, this stuff matters, And I feel like sometimes they're looking at it almost a little too in the very at-bat. It's like at-bat to at-bat instead of looking at it like game to game.
Yeah,
and then also season. Like, you pitch these relievers 80-plus times.
I know.
They're going to suck.
They got a lot of innings, like Bernardino, Whitlock, Slade until he's got hurt because of fatigue.
Yeah.
But it's tough. And I was listening to the game or watching the game yesterday, and they were talking about how when we went, they pinch hit Hamilton instead of Narvaez for Wong, and they were talking about they're like not really sure like why they did it because like they knew Narvaez was coming in the game anyways since Wong's coming out. You need to put a catcher in. And he's a way better hitter, and he's been raking. And I know you looked up the statistics about against right-handing pitching, even though he's a right-hander batting, and he's still way better than Hamilton. So some of the decisions are questionable, and I think that's kind of mainly where we're kind of stuck at those like 2 or 3 games under 500. We'll win 1, then we'll lose 2, win 2. It's just there's no consistency whatsoever.
I mean, and I will say though, we took that Monday game to extra innings. We win last night. Hopefully we win tonight. But we did win the series against the Yankees. I was saying this 9-game stretch, like the Yankees, Rays, Yankees, is literally the most important up to this point of the season. Obviously, every game that you come into is probably the most important one of your season. But it's like this defines a lot because if we go 7-9 in these games or 6-9, whatever, you win all 3 series. You're cooking with something.
Yeah.
Like, you can now build off that. You're looking to bring Bregman back when you can. You're talking about maybe making a trade that makes the team better now, not just your prospects,
Yeah.
Whereas if we went, I think it's already out of the question, but if we went 3-6, technically not out of the question yet, but if we went 3-6 and now we're, what would that be, like 8 games below 500, something like that?
About, yeah.
You might start thinking to yourself, like, we got to trade somebody. Like, we're not going to win this year. We're not going to make it even to the playoffs, even with the extra wild card spot. And what is that record going to look like? What do we need for wins to make the playoffs?
Well, it's a little different now because there used to be 2 wild card teams. Yeah. Now there's 3, so you got a little more leeway. But I mean, right now we're 33-36. We're only 3.5 out of the wild card. The Twins are the 3rd team right now, but they also have a couple games in hand. Like, they played less than us. I think they're 35-32, but realistically, to probably get us in at the 3rd wild card minimum, you're probably looking at like 85 at threshold minimum. And last year we finished like 82 or something like that. We were like right around 500, but
it would be an extreme disappointment if we're worse this year somehow than last year.
We should definitely coming in, you should think, okay, this team's definitely making the playoffs. And like you said, if we get to the point where, we're like out of it, it's like, why sign all these players just to get rid of them? Because I bet you if come the trade deadline, if we're like 9 or 10 games out of the wild card, Buehler is probably gone and Chapman is probably gone. Buehler's only on a 1-year deal, so that makes sense anyways. But you would like to keep Chapman, especially the year he's having. Like, we can use him, especially if we're going to be good, like, the next 2 or 3 years. He's old, but he still throws, and he's still good.
Hey, he throws hard. Like, dude, he was pumping 103 sinkers at the game. And he looks good. That's the thing. Yeah. Like, even though he came up a little gimpy, running over to first, covering first, he's still, even after that, like, you'd think, like, sometimes when you're 40-something, like, something like that can put you out a couple games. Yeah. It seems like he's going to be all right, And I like Slayton. It's like, dude, Slayton. And then Weissert.
Weissert's good. I like Slayton. I like Weissert.
Bernie.
Whitlock's off and on. Bernie's usually
Guerrero.
Good. It's just weird. I don't know. Like,
do you think
they're good on paper, but then they have some blow-ups where, like, they'll let up, like, 3 runs and stuff, but I don't know.
Baseball kind of reminds me of golf. It's kind of like, it's like the long game. It's like you're always playing, like, it's just such a law of averages game. Like, you can go out and golf and shoot in the hundreds or not say high 90s, whatever. You shoot a bad score for whatever you shoot, like 3 rounds in a row. And it can all be because, like, you're just losing a couple extra balls here and there. It's 1 or 2 shots in a few places. You clean that up, all of a sudden you're in the mid-80s. Like, baseball is such a long-term game. Like, there's a couple little mistakes we've made along the way. Like, you put in Hamilton instead of Narvaez, or, like, a guy doesn't come up big. We're batting 160-something with runners in scoring position. That might be changing recently because we've been actually hitting the ball. But you're batting so bad with runners in scoring position. You're losing all these one-run games. Like, your pitchers aren't the worst in the league, but, like, and you got a guy like Crochet that's not even winning you a lot of games. You're not getting the run support in the games that you allow a few, and in the games you're letting up 10, you're getting 9. Yeah. It's like, how many of these things can really be all true, or do you think there's a world where we're just fucking unlucky, and 12 games from now we're going to be looking back and being like, oh, we just needed it all to click?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Obviously, we have the most one-run losses in extra innings this season. And
errors.
Yeah, I was going to say...
How many things can we lead?
There's a lot of missed things right now that you wouldn't expect to happen, like you said. I feel like our defense has been atrocious. Like, we're getting, like, 2 errors a game, which is unheard of. Obviously, run support and hitting hasn't been a thing. Crochet's, like, 6-4, and he literally leads the league in strikeouts right now, and, like, is, like, one of the best pitchers in the league. And... he's almost at a 500 record for pitching when he doesn't let up more than, like, 2 runs every start.
Any chance he gets the Cy Young still?
I don't know. Scooble's heavy favorite now.
He's so gross. And they're the best team in baseball, right?
Yeah, and the record helps too. I mean, Crochet's 6-4. I think Scooble at this point is like maybe 7-2 or something. He has a good record, but you gotta wait. It's a little early. Crochet could go on a tear where he, like, wins 7 starts in a row, and his ERA is like sub-2. But after his Yankees start, I think it jumped up to, like, 2.3, which is still unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean,
but
he's still on fire. He's nasty. And he's pitching against him again on Friday.
Which at here, too, so he should do better. But I don't know. I feel like they're kind of turning a point right now. It feels like they're starting to gain momentum. Even the game we went to, like, they should have won that game. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. They're definitely playing better. They're putting up more runs. They're hitting the ball. So I definitely hope that at least by the All-Star break, they're at or above 500.
And because you're also, like, one thing that's been kind of frustrating for me, I said this when we went to the game, was, like, it's like, yeah, you got guys out, you got guys hurt, like, whatever, like, stuff happens, like Bregman, Gonzalez, Casas, like, whatever number of injuries. I feel like the guys that have stepped up have played fantastic. Like, Sogard should not. He's not an MLB player, and he was batting like 270.
Yeah, I think he's
That's
back.
not bad.
I think he's in AAA now, but yeah, you're right. Sogard was batting
Toro's
like 280.
batting 340 right now, dude.
Romy's batting like 320.
Like, so all the guys that you got coming in, except for really the prospects, I have played well. But even Campbell gave you the shot in the arm you needed in the beginning of the season. Yeah. Like, he was playing well when you needed him to play well. Yeah. Like, yeah, he struggled now, but who was carrying us those first 12 games, 13 games, when Raffy was 0 for 21? Devers was 1 for 19. Yeah. Like, dude, it was a movie to start. And then, like, we've picked it back up, and then Bregman got hurt. Yeah. And now it feels like, I agree with you. And I think a big piece of it for me, maybe I'm just a loser. I'm looking into it too much. I think they want to win these games now. I felt like they didn't want to win them. And, like, we go down 8. And, like, even me, a fan at home, I'm like, all right, this game's chalk. But then it's like 6-run inning. Yeah. It's like, oh, hold on, we might have something here. Yeah. So I feel like there's something about the way that they're playing. And is it because they're playing for Cora? Like, do they like Cora?
I think they like him, and I don't know. It's tough because he makes just weird decisions, and you scratch your head as like a fan. And I even got an update today about it. So like this series against the Yankees, I think all three of their starters are lefties. So we're going against Rodon again, who's a lefty, which we hit it well against on Sunday, the game we won.
Yeah.
We're going up against Max Fried, who's gross, lefty.
We almost got him, right?
Yeah.
So we should have.
It was either him or Crochet.
Okay.
But, and I already saw that Cora is not going to play like Mayer or Anthony because it's a lefty versus lefty. But it's just like it doesn't make sense because
we got to cut the shit with that.
If Roman finishes the season, like let's just say he's like cooking and not like over exaggerating, but he's batting like 280 and he's got like, 60 RBIs and 10 home runs or whatever. And then it gets to the playoffs and you have to play him because he's good. And then he's going up against the team's bests who are most likely going to be lefties. And then he's not going to know what to do. It's like, why even play him? So when the playoffs come, you're going to have Ref Snyder starting over Roman because he's a righty.
Dude.
Like, you just can't be doing that. Like, they need to see at-bats whether or not they're good against lefties or not.
And I like Ref Snyder.
Me too, but he's not a playoff starter for sure.
Well, you're not winning a championship playing Ref Snyder.
No.
At least, I mean, like...
He'll get his pinch at bats and stuff moments during the playoffs.
Pinch at bats, or if he was if you didn't have a right fielder and you had to play him every day, fine. Like, he'd be fine, as an everyday right fielder. But you have a guy, you have the number one prospect in baseball. Like you have to at least give him some chances. Like, bro, we had a chance in extra innings to go up against a lefty when we went.
I forget who he put in. Do you remember? Was it Ref
Snyder?
I think it was Ref Snyder.
He took him out, and it's probably the right decision in a lot of ways. Like again, but this is what I'm saying. It's his decision making is so small. It's like it's the right decision for that.
It didn't even work either because he got out. So you never know. What if Anthony hits a home run? You never know.
Exactly.
You don't know.
So you need to at least give him that exposure. I think you're right. Like, play the long game with this kid. Obviously, because even if we turn around big time, we're probably not winning the World Series. I don't know any team that's been under 500 after 70 games that won the World Series. Correct me if I'm wrong. I doubt it happens much. If it happens, it doesn't happen much.
If it was recently, it would have been the Braves, but that's it because they started off bad. I remember, but I don't think it was this bad. But it's just I don't know. It's tough, and playoffs are a different animal. And if these guys, they're all like top 20 prospects throughout the MLB, and they're gonna go a full season without seeing lefty pitching, and then when playoffs come around, they're going to be playing, and if he's sitting people because they're in the playoffs because they're facing a lefty, that's just going to be unheard of.
And then also like going back to those guys, like Roman's the most exciting, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He's got to be.
Yeah, honestly, I think Campbell is in front of Mayer for me.
Really?
I like Mayer, but I don't know. Campbell, maybe because he was played throughout the season, like he started up here, so like everyone was excited for opening day to see him play. And he started off so well. But I don't know. I'm not crazy about him. I know he's good, but I don't know. It's
almost a little too pretty. I love his swing. I love the way he fields. I like the way he throws the ball. Like, I just feel like it's kind of like that old school mentality of like the eye test. Like, he just looks good out there. But like, Roman's the one taking the best at bats easily so far. Like, Campbell and Mayer, it's kind of like 50-50 if they're going to give you like an MLB at bat or like a college at bat.
Yeah.
This kid Roman, like right away. Like these are MLB at bats. It's because of that, like, I saw like his chase rate in the AAAs was the best.
Really?
Yeah. And also I think his barrel percentage was the best. Yeah. So he's making great contact and he doesn't chase.
I mean, even his first hit last night, like he went the other way, like wasn't trying to do too much, pull the ball. He just was gladly took it to left field. 2 RBI
outside pitch is exactly what you need to do. Outside, was it off speed or was it a fastball?
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know. It might have been like a slider or change. It definitely wasn't a fastball.
Yeah, but outside pitch, a little bit behind.
Wasn't a strike.
You have extra time. Yeah, just let the bat do the job. Just fucking barrel it up. See if you can get it out there. I thought that was like fantastic. Then the diving play or sliding play coming in, and then he made another play on the towards the wall. It wasn't like anything special, but just tracking it down like. And it's a tough dude. Putting that kid in right field.
Right field's tough in Fenway. I mean, even when we went after watching him miss the ground ball, it's like, all right. And honestly, everyone knows his bat, but like wasn't watching like Red Sox games, so I don't know. I don't even know if he has a good arm. I don't know how good he is in the field, but after seeing that, we're like, all right, like
We
here
might
we
have
go.
a big lug out there, but I mean, he's a big boy too.
Yeah,
man.
6'3".
God, he's like he looks pretty.
Yeah, he's jacked.
Solid size, and Mayer's got some filling out to do, I think. But he's a big dude too. He's
Campbell
like 6'3",
too. Yeah, they're all
6'2".
tall. Campbell's probably like 6'1", maybe 6'2", but I think him and Mayer could use a little more weight on them.
Yeah, Campbell. It's the bat speed, dude. They love the bat speed on that kid. Like I saw like, I don't know, like he just. It's more like the way he swings that bothers me. It's like it's not as smooth. That's the thing. I think that's why I like Mayer more, because Mayer's more smooth, mechanically sound.
Campbell's stance and feet, it needs some work. He's always on his tippy toes and stuff. I feel like he's off balance a lot when he swings.
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like he rolls over a lot. Like we see a lot of like chopped ground balls. Like even when we went like 15 feet in the air, he was safe on it. But like, I don't know, his swing could use some work, and obviously he's nasty, but it's gonna take time for them. So that's why it's like. We have to call him up, but it's like, how much is it really helping us than like going out and getting someone that is established?
Like, yeah, you said that a couple of times. Like, what would you have done? Like, would you have just done it this way, but now you have something to deal with, or would you have done it a little differently?
I think Campbell, you would have probably. It's tough to send him back down. Like he started the season up here. It's already been 70 games. It's like, what's the point of even sending him back down unless you just want him to like face worse pitching or something.
It was a little weird. I felt like that he was the one.
I thought
they did it backwards.
I didn't think he would be the first, if anything. I thought Mayer was the first for sure, because we also drafted him like 3 years ago. So like he's been in our system for a while. Like, Campbell, I feel like I haven't heard of much of him until like the past year or two.
Me too.
Coming around, and then everyone knew kind of about Anthony. But I don't know. I feel like we could have got a role player for cheap that like could have helped us out when someone got hurt, but you don't really see a lot of teams making like acquisitions right now. Like it's usually right before the deadline, and that's it. Like you don't see like on a random like weekday someone's getting traded. But
now, how about all this Duran trade talk?
Yeah,
is it real at all?
I hope not. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of it. I think I told you too. Like on Instagram, I saw like hypotheticals. It was like a Bleacher Report baseball page, but like I don't know how true it is. But we were getting back like some nasty players. And I know Duran's good, but like he doesn't bat over like 300. Like he's like a 275 hitter, which is awesome. I mean, he's fast. He's a great leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of the options I saw we were getting back, I feel like it would be worth considering. Right. But I'd probably get rid of Abreu first. Out of everyone, he's kind of like just the odd man out, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was watching Felger and Maz, and they actually had guys filling in on the day that they had Roman Anthony get called up. So I don't know who. It was Joe Murray and somebody else. I don't know who the other guy is.
Jim Murray?
No, not Jim. It was Joe.
Because Jim's usually on the show. Jim Murray. He's like, he has a beard, glasses.
But
he's normally
big,
on the
big,
show.
Though.
He was big. Yeah, it might have been someone else.
It's Joe Murray. He's a different guy. But I know who Jim Murray is. He's good too.
He's a good guy.
He's funny. But there was another guy on the show with them, and he's like a baseball guy, it seems. And he was saying that like he thinks they should trade Duran because if you trade Duran, first of all, in order to get something, think about fantasy football. This is all we know. It's our only GM experience.
Yeah.
Is fantasy football, because I'm just going to keep it a bean in NBA 2K. Yeah, that's my GM experience, but I'm just cooking all day in that. So, but in fantasy football, you're actually dealing with real people.
Yeah.
When you want to make a trade, you got to give something up. Like, rarely do you give up the guy you're thinking. You know, the guy on your bench that's been struggling, you don't give him up. You give up a guy in your starting lineup, a guy that will start for them. It's like, as much as we want to make it Abreu, it's like Abreu doesn't have the same value as Duran. Like, whichever one we want to give up less has more value.
Definitely.
You know? So what he was saying was, in the end, Duran is not a generational fielder at any position.
Yeah, he's shaky out there for sure.
So you might as well put Roman there. This guy was saying, he was like just praising Roman Anthony. He's like, this guy's the future of your franchise. So to build the team around him, not Devers, not one. It was Roman. This guy was all over this kid. I was like, okay. But he was saying, just get rid of Devers.
Yeah.
Get Anthony over there. You got Abreu and Rafaela, second-year guys next to him. You got Campbell and Meyer filling out the rest of the team with Bregman, Devers, and whatever you can bring in from Duran.
Yeah.
And then maybe some pitching as well. Ideally, you get some sort of pitcher. But you have to trade the best bat to get the best arm. You know, and he's the best bat we got.
No, that makes sense. I love Duran. I think the whole fan base has really come around on him.
I know.
But
it would suck because he's like
a Boston
like him
guy.
And Devers feel like our team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think Devers is going to go anywhere. I know with all the saga and stuff going on with him. Yeah, it's crazy. But
I love Devers.
I love him too. I mean, I get why he's not good. People can say what they want, but you know, if Cora really told him to put your glove away to like Devers, like yeah, he's not a great fielder, but Bregman also basically was leading the league in errors before he got hurt. So he hasn't been. You can tell it's night and day. He's better. Like like I'm not being biased, but like I mean, if Rafi could have played first, I don't like how he wouldn't move to first just because like you're not helping the team out. I get not going back to third maybe, but I mean first base ain't that hard to play.
Yeah,
and like you're not helping the team by doing that. So like, does he want to win or does he just care about having good stats? Like
yeah, and I think there is definitely something to that, but I wonder because well, it's a couple things. Like for me, they've definitely had to sit him down and be like, yo, you're terrible at fielding. Like they had the only way to get this guy to be somewhat okay with it, and he wasn't okay with it, but the only way to do it was to be like, hey dude, honestly, you might be the worst fielder in the league. And that's tough to hear.
Yeah.
So for them to be like, dude, the last thing we want is you in the field. And then for them to instantly turn around and be like, why don't you go get out on the field? Like I feel like I understand like do whatever for the team. I do get it. But at this point, the only way for him to get off of third was to convince him he shouldn't be in the field.
Yeah.
Now that you've convinced him of that, you have to deal with the consequences because the consequence is he thinks he shouldn't be in the field.
Yeah.
So,
he's also cooking at DH too.
And
so it's like why change it at that point?
Don't touch anything.
I know it helps to maybe put someone else that like is losing their position right now, like an Abreu, if like he's healthy, because then you're like you have to sit either Rafaela, Anthony, Abreu.
Can
or
Roman Anthony play first?
Yeah, I think. I mean, he has a good first base body.
That's what I'm like. I don't. So this was always my issue. I've ranted about this many times. Like, why does it have to be Devers at first?
I don't know.
Can we just put somebody else? And I know where everyone's like, Yoshida. Yoshida fucking blows, dude.
Yeah.
Yoshida is useless. We've seen the videos. He can't even throw, right?
Yeah, I think they said he was gonna start rehabbing like in July, so he's probably not gonna be back for
rehabbing in July.
I don't even know how he's hurt. Something with his shoulder or arm.
Who knows,
something.
dude? It's a mystery. It's baseball.
But like his average, honestly, if you look at his stats, his average, he's batting like 290 in the MLB. But like we overpaid him first and foremost because like now I'm sure they probably talked to teams about trading him, but like no team wants to take his contract on because it's not like a ton. I forget what it is. It might be like 20 mil or something, but
it was long.
Yeah,
too,
it's not a ton, but it's
up.
just like they just don't think he's worth that. And like he's not a good fielder at all. Like he can't be playing the field. So last year he DH'd for us. So when he comes back, that's the main thing I think about moving Devers, because it's like if we don't move Devers, then we're just losing out on like someone that can like DH and have Devers in the lineup at the same time.
Yeah, so I'm just out on Yoshida.
Yeah, I am too.
So it's like for me, I was thinking like, all right, well, everyone's clamoring and also who knows when he's gonna get back. Also,
yeah.
So, but everyone's clamoring for Devers to get to first base. And I think at the time it was that we could bring up Roman, maybe put him at DH. Like that was more like the push. But I'm like, dude, can any of these other guys just move to first and then fill in the position there? Like I would have rather and I know it wouldn't be the best use of his abilities because he flies, but I would have rather put Duran there. I would have rather put literally anybody else on the field at first except for Devers, because guess what? He can't field.
Yeah,
sucks at fielding.
He might not even. I can't even imagine him being like good at first.
You put a first base glove on that guy's
He can't
hand,
scoop anything.
No shot.
I know.
No shot. So I don't want him at first.
Yeah.
Me personally, even if it's what's best for like the offensive lineup, our defense sucks so bad already.
Yeah.
Let's not put a guy that doesn't want to play the position too. So you think he's gonna be hustling out there at first? No.
Yeah.
He doesn't hustle anyway. And like he actually, I guess from what I understand, he wasn't the worst at third base last year.
No, but he was pretty bad.
But it's still bad.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do we expect to get out of him at first? Like I would have rather put just literally anybody else.
At this point,
except
it's
for like Rafaela.
Yeah, it's like DH or nothing at this point for him.
Yeah, me
just
too. I think so too.
I think the rest of the season he's not going to play the field whatsoever. But like once Bregman got hurt, you're like, okay, like here we go. Like it's time for him to play now because he's backing it up. But then now you're throwing like Toro there, who I think's awful at third. He's not a bad first baseman, but third he makes some bad errors. So now we're shuffling people around. This is where all the errors are coming from. You have Roman Anthony playing first, or sorry, not Roman Anthony.
Right.
Romy Gonzalez. You got Toro stepping in to play first, working Campbell out at first, who doesn't even play an inning yet, even though they said we're moving him to first.
I will say, no, he didn't play an inning, but did you see him cover the bag the other day?
No.
It was the game we went to. He
really?
covered the bag pretty damn good.
Oh, yeah, on the bunt.
Yeah, the bunt. He ran over.
I thought that thing was going to right field.
Nope. Not with Christian. I like Christian at the John. Maybe we even put Rafael needs to stay. Bring Duran to second. That's what he did all the minors.
Really?
That's what I'm pretty sure.
Well, I was gonna say you can move Rafael to like short, but now Story's kind of back right now. So
so for now, he's gonna be one of those guys that when he's back, we love, and when he's gone, DFA.
I mean, yeah, he's like batting like 370 the past month, and his average is like 234.
Dinger last night.
Yeah,
he's raking
that was
right
sick.
now.
Yeah, he's seen it well for sure, which is good, and his defense is unbelievable. I don't know if you watched the game yesterday, but the very first at batter, Yandy Diaz ground ball to short. Like, it was one of the like higher ones where he just puts the glove out and throws it. It's just
the one we saw.
That was unbelievable.
That was disgusting. Yeah, coming from the top of second, charging at the ball, catching it at the bottom of the drop, basically. It was off the grass.
Went
off
like
a big drop,
20 feet in the air.
That was nasty.
Yeah.
That was and still getting the out.
His defense is unbelievable. That's probably the only reason why he still plays, because you can move Rafaela to short, but he's not going to be nearly as good as Story.
Honestly, from what I've seen of Rafaela and the fucking cannon that he unleashed,
he is a hose.
He hasn't had a lot of opportunities, I feel like, to hose someone.
Yeah.
So far this season, like, I just don't think he's had a lot of ops for whatever. Maybe they just know. Teams know not to run on him. But this kid, not only does he track it down fast, he comes up fucking throwing.
Yeah, he has a good arm.
He didn't really even come close to getting the guy the other night, the guy that slid home.
But it was a cannon.
It was a line. It was a perfect line directly into the catcher's hands. I was like, this kid, you can't move him, I think, at this point.
There's just a lot of moving around to go with this team. Like, if you move him to short, it's like, where does Story go? If you move him to second, then like, where's Mayer go when Bregman's back? There's just like a lot of missing puzzles where you got to get rid of people.
I'm gonna put that on you. Let's say you're Cora. You're not Cora. Cora's fired. You're in there. Let's not make you Cora. But you're in there, and now Bregman's back. What do you do?
I think if we're trying to, which this would never happen, but like if we're trying to give our team the best chance to win, you got Narvaez catching, obviously.
Every time.
Yeah.
Fuck Connor Wong.
Bregman at third.
Nice.
And then you got Story can't move. He has to play short.
Yeah.
I would go Mayer second.
Mm-hmm.
Devers first. Wouldn't happen, but this
is what you'd like.
Hypothetically, yep. Devers first. Left, I would go Duran. Center, Rafaela still. Right field, I would go either Abreu or Roman. I mean, Abreu won a Gold Glove. He's a good outfielder.
Yeah,
so,
he is.
And then just out of those two, the other would DH. I don't know how I feel about DHing Roman because he's young. He probably doesn't want to DH. Like, I don't blame Devers either. DHing, I know you just hit, but like it kind of checks yourself out of the game. Like you're not going out of the dugout every inning and stuff.
We saw what that did to Devers.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
I know like a lot of people. He was like, I just learned a new position. Like remember when he was saying that about DH, and everyone was like, all right, dude, what do you mean you just sit there?
Yeah,
but I think that
mentally it's tough.
It changes a lot because like. If you got to imagine that's probably the biggest shift when it comes to like actually affecting your batting, going from fielding to DHing. Because at least if you went from first to third or third to center or center to right, I mean, you would never have a guy doing that. Yeah. But let's just say you did. You still, you strike out end to inning, you run over, throw your bat in there, get your glove, you're out, and now the game moves on. Yeah. And you're out there. Fielding balls, you got to be ready. And
now you sit there, you think about it.
But if you're not,
it's more mental than anything, for sure.
And you're 0 for 20, like Devers was, 0 for 21. He's sitting in there, and you're like, what the fuck is good? Like
I know, it's tough.
And you're swinging the bat, you just got the bat in your hands. You never get to go back out there and wipe it clean. Like, I could understand that.
Me too.
That makes a little bit of sense to me. And I'm just a Devers defender. I
am too. My dad and my cousin Mike, they were like, oh, like this guy's... He's supposed to be like unbelievable, and that's when he was in his slump, like for whatever it was, 24 or whatever. And I was like, all right, like just wait, like he's gonna get back up to 300. It's just who he is.
Yep.
And then shortly enough, he's up to like exactly 300. I think that's the highest he's gone up this year. But he's on. I think I'll say it till I die, but I think he's top 7 in the league right now.
Yeah, and obviously
he's unbelievable.
You know what's crazy? This is his best season. from what I've seen, because it's the walks.
Yeah.
Like his stats aren't there because of the bad start, and also like he's just had better seasons.
No,
Like
you're probably right. He had one nasty season too, but
I don't know what it is. Like I feel like his at bats have looked fucking unreal. Even when he was struggling, it's like letting some balls go that I'm like, he's chasing that in other years. Like he just is. Or like I feel like there's not a lot of weakness. It's not like, oh, you can blow a fastball by him, you can blow a changeup. It's like I feel like every game I'm hearing Middlebrooks on the radio say, he used to struggle with that pitch, but he just hit it 440, so I think we can put that in his past. Like, it's every game he's like solving another problem he has at the plate.
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, I feel most comfortable with him now than I've ever.
Yeah, no,
felt.
It's definitely one of his best seasons. I think one season, like his 4th or 5th year in the league, it was like his, best year maybe up till now. But he was batting like 320. He had like 35 home runs and like 120 RBIs.
Yeah, the Dinger's got it.
But he's gonna have a lot this year.
Yeah, he's gonna lead the league.
He's already at
RBIs,
14. He's second in the AL in RBIs. Yeah. So he's on pace to have the most RBIs. It's a good question. I don't think so. He might be now because he did homer last night.
I will say
he's Judge's right behind him. Someone's above him. I can't think of who it is, but someone's 5 minutes. I'll think of it, but someone's like one above him or something. Devers.
I've never been more wrong about someone in my life than Aaron Judge, bro.
Really?
This guy is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I've never.
And we watch him a lot because we play him all the time.
It's kind of nice, But then again, bro, I haven't felt this way. Like when he gets up, I'm like, here we go. Like Homer. I'm not thinking anything but Homer. It's like I wonder this. I can only imagine what they thought when Bonds was stepping up to the plate. That must have been a movie back in the day, dude. Oh boy, you got a guy hitting 73 ding dongs, getting walked 170 times. Oh, it must have been a movie. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so Devers he's been really good. This is probably what I would do. Because I don't even want to put him at first. You know how I feel.
I know you're out on that.
I'm out. I don't want to see that guy with the glove in his hand ever again. So, hear me out. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you sitting down? Okay. So, I'm thinking we put, Bregman at third, Narvi catching, Wong DFA'd. Get that fucking guy out of my face.
Yeah, he shouldn't be on the
Pick
team
up somebody else. I'd rather Devers catching. So, I want Narvi at catching. I want Bregman at third. I want Story playing short, but let's not be scared to
on a short leash
to get Marcelo some burn there. I want Marcelo Meyer right there with it.
He ain't playing every game either, too.
No.
So
Yep, it's all good. Just let them swap in and out. Lefty righty. Am I wrong?
Actually, before you keep going too, I saw something today about the lefty righty thing that I was talking about. Because they asked Cora like if they're going to be playing because they knew the Yankees have lefties coming. He literally said that he's been doing this thing since 2018.
No shot.
Like the matchup stuff, and
Not
that's
like
the year
this.
that's the year they won. So he was like, "Yeah, I've been doing this since 2018. It's just how we come to work. Like we're used to it." I saw it today. I was like,
so they won. And
supposedly,
they did that? Or the year they won.
The year they won, they were doing it, and I think I guess maybe since we haven't been as good, we just haven't noticed it till this year where people are kind of like back in on them.
Yeah.
That we're kind of really like paying attention to it. But that's supposedly what he said. How true it is, I don't know. But
and you know what else it is? It's because, back in the day, it's like, oh, you're putting in Steve Pearce. Like, awesome. Because Steve Pearce was dominant.
Yeah.
Now it's like you're putting in Hamilton. That's the problem.
Maybe they're just a lot worse.
They're a lot worse. It's like maybe the guys, and honestly, because when they take out Abreu for Refsnyder, no one's complaining.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. It's when it's the other shit. It's like, oh, now we just got like, Meyer off the field. Like we want him to play,
Yeah, but I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's all good.
We got Narvi, Ketchin, Bregman
at third,
Story.
Story with Mayer ready to play. Okay. At second, I'm putting Duran.
I knew that was coming.
I'm bringing Duran over to second. At first, I like the one play I saw out of Christian Campbell. Give me Christian Campbell at first.
I thought you were going to say Romy.
It would look... Oh, Romy is the guy, the backup.
I thought you were going to say
Romy and Toro are my infield utility. Romy, Toro, and May are my infield utility.
Okay.
I don't know how many spots I got, but let me know when I'm out. And then outfield, Roman at left. Get him in his spot. Less field to work with as well. I think that'd be good for him because he's a fucking slug. And then Rafaela at center probably for the next maybe 20 years. And then I want Abreu, Refsnyder swap out.
Yeah.
Lefty righty. That's the one I like. Lefty righty. And just I think that's your team. I think that's the best version of your team. I don't know. Am I missing anybody? I think that was pretty much the boys.
No, like Toro, just utility players like Toro, like who else?
Yeah, and if you need
Hamilton.
to, I don't mind. Yeah, fucking Hamilton. He's speed only.
Yeah.
If it needed to happen, cut him because I think we have enough speed on the bags. Like without him, with all these young guys up, like I think there's enough. I mean, I'd like to have him. I like having a guy like that. I just do. Like Dave
I think
Roberts.
that's the only reason why he's on the team. I mean, he shouldn't be touching a bat.
Yeah, no
like
way.
if you're just throwing him to run, that's fine.
Yeah,
but I mean,
you don't sub him in for Wong
unless it's like a rest day. Like if like this whoever's playing second, if we really don't have someone else, you're just gonna play him. But I do like the idea of him just up to stale bases because that's big. A lot of teams that play aggressive, it helps.
And I do think that like I wonder if this is true, but I feel like if Christian Campbell, if they're actually working on him playing first, like and he played first, right? I think there's something that helps you as a second baseman by understanding the game as a first baseman and vice versa. Because we've seen these guys, like these first fucking basemen, they keep going for the goddamn ball when they got to get the bag. Yeah. It's like knowing the difference, like knowing where you got to do what. I think that might, if you're a first baseman, you got to, or if you were coming from second base.
Yeah.
And you're the first baseman, you know exactly what's supposed to go to them. Yeah. Because you've been playing it your whole life. So I think Campbell, it might be maybe slightly more natural than it seems, even though middle infield versus the corners feels like a very big leap. You know?
Those are tough. Those are always tough plays when like the pitcher plays it goes by him, then he's got to go cover, or like they both go after the ball.
Yeah.
Even from me playing, it's never been like a fun thing to do because it's like it can be very confusing.
Yeah, it's a shit show. So I don't know. I'd like that, and I think in that scenario, Campbell would definitely be swapping out with Romy a lot. I think he'd be playing a lot of second when Duran needs rest. I think Duran would be popping back out to the outfield when need be. I think there's a few guys. There's a few things that you need to lock in. Like I think, obviously Bregman's third, locked, dead. Yeah. It's over with. I think Rafaela, center, dead, over with. I think the Abreu Ref-Snyder thing, as long as they're both on the team, just lock it up, over with at right field.
Yeah,
I think it makes it easier.
I think ref dogs can be gone soon, like retiring wise. I know 2 years ago, or when we lost in the playoffs, like when we had Schwarber and stuff, he was like ready to retire then because he's not like he's like 34. I think he's been in the league for a while. We've had him for 34. A while. Yeah, he's old. We have him for a while. He's been on team probably like 5 years now, but he's just been used as like that guy. But like he's old. He wants to win, but I don't think he really wants to play that much anymore. I think he knew like last year he was still debating, and now we got better. He was like, all right, like let's do it again, but. I don't think he's got much time left, to be honest. But
damn, bro, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Could he possibly get traded, or does he just love it?
Probably done. I think he don't go anywhere else from here. He's been on teams, like he's been around, but I think at this point he's just either gonna keep playing for us or just not play. Because I don't think he plays as much as he is now anywhere else. Because we do use him a lot. Like he has a good amount of at bats, and he's batting like 290.
Yeah, I know.
He's a great utility player. He is.
And I think a lot of our guys like step in like that though. That's kind of what I was saying earlier. It's like you got a guy like Toro batting 330, like you got like not 250 or 260. 260 would be fine.
Yeah.
Like if he came in and was batting 260, I'd be like, okay, like at least he's just holding it up.
Yeah.
He's literally he's our 3-hole.
No, I know.
And
it's
like
just weird to see him in the 3-hole.
I know it is. His swing is weird too. It looks like he's just chopping at it, but. I mean, he's hit some big hits too, and you gotta feel like with the way these guys are, like Devers is clutch. I think. Like,
I think he's one of the best clutchest players in the league.
Like he's not.
His playoff stats are unbelievable. He's batting like 310 in the playoffs career wise.
And I think you see a lot about how clutch someone is by how good they play the Yankees.
Yeah.
Like if they're good against the Yankees, like that's as close to a playoff game as you're gonna get in the regular seasons, and he cooks the Yankees every time.
He owns them.
So you got to feel good about having Devers. You got to feel good about, like, Rafaela later in the lineup. These guys that step in off of, like, no rest, like, always seem to perform. Like
I like Duran, too. He
plays
all, like, I think last year he literally played every game, or he missed, like, one.
Which we like. We love that.
He just strikes out a lot. If he can limit his strikeouts.
Like, getting Hamilton for running the bags, too. Yeah. Like, I think it looks like a playoff team. Like, it looks like a team that could do some damage in the playoffs in some capacity. It's just, like, how the fuck do we get there?
No, I know.
And are we ignoring the elephant in the room? Are Giolito, Bayo, and Walker Buehler ass?
It's tough. I like Bayo. I mean, his ERA is like a 3.9, but like you said, he struggles to go deep in games. His control is off. If he doesn't have the put away changeup, then I don't know how he's doing. But
let's take the next half hour to talk about this real quick. If Lou Merlone brings up the fucking changeup one more time, and I love our guys. I love all. I've talked to you about this. Yeah. Our announcers across the board. I love all of them. But dude, when this guy, the changeup. Scratching 89 now. I'm like, dude, he's acting like he's just thinking about it.
He loves it.
He loves it. He fucking loves it. Even Middlebrooks loves it too.
I mean, it's one of the best pitches if it's good and if you throw it fast. So that's probably why they're obsessed with it. But his isn't there yet. But you are right. There's changes that need to happen. Like Giolito can't be a starter. Bayo, he's fine for like your third, maybe fourth pitcher. But they could definitely go make a move and get like another reliable pitcher. We have Carter Crawford. I don't know when he's coming back, but he could be useful. Yeah. Give us innings. Hauk's been hurt.
He'd probably let Giolito go to the.
I think when Cutter and Hauk are back, Giolito is probably done. I mean,
you put him in as a reliever or no?
I don't even know, to be honest. I mean, he pitched well last game, but like,
how you like Dobbins?
I like Dobbins.
He's all right,
but they move him to the bullpen now. It's like I don't know.
He is but we need the long relief.
I know they're doing like the Whitlock thing. Like when we first got Whitlock, he was in the bullpen. Then they brought him as a starter. Now he's back in the bullpen. So like it's weird. It's like they just got to figure out what they are and stop moving them around.
And really, you could also say, and I feel this way, Tanner Houck is the reason we blow.
Yeah, he's struggling. I have faith in him though.
I like him a lot.
He was like Cy Young like last year, like
he was really good.
He's definitely had a bad start. I think the time off he's given now is big for him. Just to
my God, yeah.
I don't know how many games he pitched, like 4 maybe. Struggled in like basically all of them, but
maybe even more than that.
He has good stuff. He's like a righty Chris Sale. Obviously not as good, but like he has the same like sweeper and stuff just from the other side. But I like him. I know he struggled, but I think he's a good like 3 or maybe a 2 pitcher. But
I think they were really hoping it's like, all right, we got Crochet. And then one of Bayo or Houck will be a good 2. Not just a 2, like a really solid 2.
Yeah.
Like you hope Bayo either develops or Houck honestly just was what he was last year. If he was just what he was last year,
easily.
He's a great 2.
Yeah.
And then you got Bayo at 3. It's like now you're cooking with gas.
And Buehler at your 4 is like fine.
Buehler at your 4 is completely fine.
Yeah.
And he's got that dog in him.
Yeah.
Don't sleep. Like you get to playoff time. And then that's all you need for the playoffs is the 4, really.
Yeah.
Like you only pitch 4 in the playoffs usually.
Yeah.
And then Giolito just takes some innings. Dobbins takes some innings. We traded that other fucking kid. Who was he? What was that guy's name? We traded him to the Athletics or something. Come on, what was his name? He pitched McSomething. Am I bugging?
What did he pitch last year?
No, he pitched this year. He was literally here this year. We traded him for nothing.
Newcomb.
Yeah.
We could have used him though.
But we could have.
His ERA was like 3.8.
Yeah, he wasn't terrible.
And he's giving us innings. Like
I don't know why we got rid of him.
And he's a Boston guy too.
What was good with that?
I don't know.
Why did we get rid of him?
He was chewing up innings. Like he's probably not a starter at this point. He's old, but like you said, if someone has an awful start and needs to come out in the second inning, you throw him in for 3 to the 7th.
With the fucking way Cora does it, I don't know why
he'd get rid of him.
Why dude? You take guys out. 82 pitches, bro. No. Bayo had 80. He was cooking.
I wonder what Bayo's most pitched game is. Like pitching.
Oh, I don't know, but I've seen him get yanked 3 times this year where he looked just angry.
I don't think he's ever got to 100 pitches.
He can't be happy, bro. There's no way.
It's frustrating for sure.
The 3 games, it's like you want to, when you're a starting pitcher, you'd know better than me. I mean, you only did in high school, but still, like, you'd know better than me. You want to give your team the innings. It's like you want to take them through 7 innings. You know, if 6 is a quality start, you feel good about 6. You want to go 7. You want to go 9.
I'd get mad when I got taken out. If I was like, obviously high school was different, but I don't know like whatever pitches I was at. But even Crochet, he pulled Crochet earlier in the year. He threw 5 innings.
Yeah, how many pitches?
I don't know. He didn't look his best. Like his velo was down and stuff. But I forget who he was playing. It was at Fenway. It was the 5th inning. Like. With 2 outs, like he didn't even get through the 5th, I think, or maybe it was the 6th. I think it was the 5th, and he just took him out. And he was pissed, like he yelled at Cora on the mound, like you can see it, and then he walked off. And
which I love. Yeah, by the way, he reminds me of Sale.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
He's just angry.
Yeah,
but and he's 25.
Yeah, 25.
His
birthday's actually, I think it's the 21st. Because I was looking at his stats and stuff. So, but yeah, he's turning 26 this year. But that was a good signing. I wish they got one more, because like you said, like how they thought would be like a good 2.
Yeah.
But if you look at all these other like rosters, like the Yankees pitchers, the Dodgers pitchers, like their number 2's like gross. Like he can be number 1 on any team.
Like Fried would have been nice.
Easily. Yeah, I wish they got both. I said it. If that didn't mean we got Bregman, I still would have done it. Even though I love Bregman, but like
I know Bregman's so
even
good,
his
though.
contract scares me because he can opt out this year and he's gone. So like if we're asked this year, is he gone?
Do you think he will? I think he likes.
I think it
here.
depends what he. Well,
what do you think?
They could have like a contingent deal where like he opts out, we pay him more because he can definitely get paid more than what he's getting paid.
Yeah, especially after starting hot.
But if we're like really bad and like the direction next year isn't competing, then he's probably gone. Like he's 30 now or 31. Like he's gonna want to try and win.
Yeah.
And I think that was his goal coming here. Like our roster looks really good, but we're 3 games under 500 and we're almost like halfway through the season.
So now let's put on our prediction caps. First of all, I already kind of asked you this, but now I want your full thought. Is Crochet, could he win a Cy Young? Or is he going to win the Cy Young?
This year I'm going to say no.
Scooble again?
I think he'll finish second behind Scooble, or Fried. Fried's like 9-1 right now. His ERA is like almost under 2. But he's not like a strikeout pitcher. Like Crochet has like 50 more strikeouts than him, but like the record matters and stuff. I don't think he wins this year. I think second or third at best this year. I think next year he's got a good chance.
I think he does.
You do?
And it goes with my next point, but we'll get to that in a second. Are we going to make the playoffs?
I think we do.
What do you think our record is?
That's what I was going to say. I was thinking about it. I think, honestly, like you said, I feel like at this point they're turning something around. Like they're turning the page on something. We're 33 and 36. I think it could be a stretch just because I love them, but like I think we get to 89.
89.
I think it's 89 and 73. 162. Yeah.
You think we get, what is that, 16 games over?
Yeah.
We are going to go on a tear then.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to have a higher win total. I was thinking like between 85 and 87 wins.
Yeah.
So let's just say 87 just to be fun. So 87 wins, which would be 75 losses.
Probably get you in.
Might get you in.
That's close.
I'd say I'd feel good about us making the playoffs.
Yeah, with the 3 team now 85 it probably gets you in.
Yeah, so let's just say I'm gonna say 87. I think that big turnaround because again we'd have to be 16 plus games over 500. Or no, 16 plus games positive from this point.
Yeah, we're 3 under. I mean, they just need like a big run. Like they haven't. I don't like have they even won 5 games in a row this year. Like that, they need something like that.
I don't think so. I think what do we got left? We got like 90 games left.
Yeah, we're at 69. So
we'd
we got
have
103.
We'd have to go like 60 and or no, like 40, 55 and 40, or 55 and 37, something like that. 55 and 37. We'd have to be gross the rest of the way. And I think we will. And that's what leads me to think Crochet will be the Cy Young.
I mean, he's very well can. I mean, we're still so early in the season. He's pitched like 12 games. Like he's still going to start another like 18. So like he's definitely not out. I'm not going to say like he won't, but just hypothetically at the end, I feel like he probably won't. But he still has an
his
easy
starts
chance.
will be very important to us turning it around. I think we win most of the games that he starts going forward.
We need to.
Not even just most, like 6 out of 4. I'm thinking like 8 out of every 10.
I hope so.
We win going forward. And I think also we're going to be a big story in the second half. Like right now the Tigers are the story because they're the number 1 team in the league, whatever.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be the story of the second half of the year when time comes.
Yeah.
And I think that's also going to help because, it matters when, think about like the Thunder this year, like in basketball, like Shea wins the MVP because the Thunder were the story of the year. It's like, the best record, best point differential, all this, and he's the leading the way. Like if they weren't the story, even if they were 64 wins, like say they were equal to the Cavs, but if they just had the same,
you don't think he gets it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it goes if the story becomes Jokic is willing this team. It's just about where the story goes.
Yeah.
And I think not only do we have story, but we will be the story of the second half of the year when we turn it around, and it's going to be behind Crochet, and that's going to propel him. Almost like a Porcello. Remember when Porcello won Cy Young?
Yeah, that was
it was all because of his record, really, at the time. But like it was because of the story. Like he was just leading the way.
It's definitely like a little political when it comes to like that.
Scooble just won, right?
Yeah, he won last year. tough to win 2 years.
That
in a row.
helps.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, based off record prediction stuff, you would think if we get to that win total, he probably wins Cy Young.
Or at least get close.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Yeah.
I feel good about it. So, and then Roman Anthony, how's his season end up? What are we hoping for? What are you looking for? What do you think it'll be?
Honestly, I don't really care too much about like the home runs and averages at this point. Or RBIs. I think average would be the most important thing for him right now. I think he's like 1 for 8, which is fine. It's been 2 games, but like he's already. It's almost halfway through the season. He's not gonna. I hope he bats like at least above like somewhere around like 260, 270. I'd be happy with.
Problem is, I would give it totals that I want, but we don't even know how many games he'll play.
Yeah, so
Cora keeps fucking subbing
especially
him
if he's going to be sitting against lefties. It's not even worth predicting because he can't.
Yeah, but if he does play like 80 of these next games, I am sadly expecting like 20 dingers.
I hope so.
Like I want this kid to just hit bombs. Like just what I want, and I want him to get a ton of RBIs too. Like he's gonna be batting in the 5 hole. I love the on base ability of the guys in front of him, especially if Story's hitting the ball well. I think he's got a lot of opportunity to get. Dude, like you get Duran in front of you. Like at some point you could put him to the 4 too.
Yeah, well, what's his name? No, I meant Bregman. When Bregman comes back, you got Duran at 1, Devers at 2, Bregman at 3, Story at 4, Anthony at 5.
Yeah, or maybe if Story starts to struggle again, you just put him at 4.
Swap him. Yeah, that's
how do you not
just a good 5?
That's a lot of RBIs.
Yeah,
it's a lot, and Duran can get in from first. So
even Story's been bad, but he's still at 39 RBIs. And he's having a terrible year. He's not having a terrible year. He's never been like a great hitter because he played in Colorado. But like watching him play as a Sox fan, you wouldn't think he's like having that good of a season. I saw someone say he's gonna have the most like non-existent 2020 year, which is like 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases.
Probably, yeah. I mean, yeah, pretty good. And
he's at like
some RBIs. He's gonna have probably. At this pace, he's at
like 80, 90.
Damn
perfect.
Near 100.
Close, yeah.
70 games in, you got 90 games left, so it's more than double what he has now. He's got damn near 40.
Yeah.
If he got 100 RBIs, that'd be a movie.
And if he starts hitting some more home runs, who knows? He's always had the power, so we'll see.
Or cooking with gas. Well, yeah, so I think that's going to be it. We're going to wrap up here. What time is it? How long have we been going?
7:20.
God damn it. So it's been like an hour? A little less?
Let me see what time I text you.
Because you texted me, it was probably like 6:10, 6:15.
I texted you at 6:12. So yeah,
okay,
probably
so
an hour.
About an hour.
8 minutes.
Maybe a little
short,
more,
just under
less.
maybe.
But yeah, if you enjoyed, if you're here, definitely you gotta like the video. Like you're weird. If you get an hour, you get all the way to the end of an hour.
I know Milas gonna be watching.
He'll probably
he should watch the whole thing probably. Or if it's just through like the Spotify where you can listen to it.
I'll post the
or
podcast.
Figgy, he might.
Yeah, if y'all get this far, like download whatever. You got. This is crazy.
We know the Sox chat's gonna listen.
Yeah, the Sox chat. You guys will be there for us. I know that. But yeah, so just gonna be posting whatever I want to post and whatever conversation I want to have. Today just happened to be the Sox, and recently it's been the Sox, so we might be back here in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Who knows?
Always open. I like to do this, even if I'm right there, so it's quick. But yeah, I love talking Sox or anything. So
all right, brother. I appreciate your time, and let's get in the gym.
Yes, sir.
Let's get after it. Thank you for watching.